Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers in the history of streaming, is in really, really, really hot water right now because he just admitted to being into children.
What? Oh, he's a toucher.
If you don't know him, Dr. Disrespect is a streamer. He plays a lot of Call of Duty, just a lot of first-person shooter games in general. He's really tall, like abnormally tall. He dresses like a Marine fighter pilot and always wears a wig that looks like he has a perm. I've been a fan of his personally for a long time. I love Call of Duty and I watch a lot of his Call of Duty clips, and he's funny and entertaining. It seems like trouble has always followed Dr. Disrespect wherever he goes. In 2017, he admitted to cheating on his wife. There was the temporary Twitch ban where he was caught filming at TwitchCon in the bathroom. Then there was the permanent Twitch ban where they just didn't tell us what happened and they handled it privately, and that was it. And they closed out his contract and paid him. And then he moved over to YouTube and no one ever knew why. It was very mysterious and he wasn't legally allowed to talk about it. Then there was the gunshot incident where somebody shot at his house live while he was on stream.
I've got it in the broadcast right now. Someone shot at our house, broke the fucking upstairs window. Someone shot yesterday at our house, and someone shot again right now and connected with the house.
And now I think we know why trouble follows him. It's his own doing, and this is karma. A former Twitch employee commented on Twitter and was like, hey, I'll tell you the real reason why Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch. Yeah, he was caught sexting with a minor. Somebody quote tweeted about it, was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then Dr. Disrespect responded to the guy who quote tweeted it, not to the guy who the former Twitch employee who's called him out. He responded to the quote tweeter and said, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract. Typically most people, it felt like were on his side. Then the conversations the next day just continued to ramp up. It continued to get worse and worse. More and more people talking about it. He was forced to respond again. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Keep in mind, at the time, he said there was no wrongdoing. None. I guess because he kept replying, things kept getting more and more out of hand. Things kept getting leaked. The Twitch employees just kept getting louder and louder. And then he replied again. One of the worst apologies in internet history, I think. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut all the As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. It's a company that he used to own. They kicked him out of the company, by the way, before this announcement. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. So far, not bad. Seems like somebody wrote it for him. Seems like he's got a team behind him in his ears telling him what to do, what to say, so he can continue his career. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban.
I am more nervous than a vampire reading a garlic whipped mashed potatoes recipe.
Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
Don't come to this doc for a checkup!
Keep in mind what I said earlier. He cheated on his wife back in 2017. He has children, by the way. This is who he was cheating on her with. A child who just a few years ago was drinking out of a fucking sippy cup. Was doing that just a couple of years ago. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. Okay. I mean, said every Chris Hansen suspect ever. I just showed up to her house and was eating pizza. I wanted to hang out with a friend. Like an 11-year-old, you're 48. And then Chris Hansen would be like, did you bring condoms? I'm like, no, I would never do that. And he'd be like, give me your wallet. And just a parchment scroll of them would fall out. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of you being inappropriate, but nothing more. Hey, first of all, don't include the word mutual. Just because they said yes and they consented to this conversation where a lot of creepy shit was going on, that doesn't mean it's mutual, because it's a child. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I have never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. It was a lot more than stupid. You're right, it's morally reprehensible, and I can't say this without YouTube getting mad at me, but you're a Wikipedia file. It's a crime. Just because you got away with something or you didn't get charged or whatever, it's inappropriate contact with a minor. It's a crime.
The only thing you're disrespecting is the law, pal!
Now, with all this being said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people.
If what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that.
Fuck that. It's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. That part makes you think he doesn't actually see how wrong it is what he did. Why else would you do that? Just to mess with their head? But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have all said this sooner. You guys have showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. This whole thing to me is very reminiscent of the YouTuber EDP when he got caught doing the exact same thing. He was nothing but defensive. He was aggressive. He was completely minimizing the action itself, claiming he wasn't a Wikipedia file. He wasn't doing any of that. He would never. It's reprehensible. Do all the same things. As you saw with him, he's been caught again and again and again. You don't heal from being a Wikipedia file. Historically, that is what we have seen in society. It makes it even shadier because after he sent this tweet, apparently he was editing it like crazy. There was a lot of replies under it being like, not you deleting minor in the statement over and over and then putting it back. Yeah, I don't know. It's disappointing. It sucks. It feels like there's also more on the way. It's definitely going to be an ongoing issue with him. He's going to get caught again. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And I think we need a palate cleanser after this one. I think you should click the top left and watch some wholesome stuff, some green flag stuff. All right, that's my time. Toodles.